Perfectly Imperfect basement. I redid this entire space for the one room challenge in the spring. So you might remember seeing some of it in my blog post, but I never did like a real tour. So we're gonna do a little tour. I'm gonna share how I set up the space, how I organized the space, how I made it our own. So this wall right here is like the longest wall in the basement. This is the entire length of our house pretty much, minus the like bedrooms over on the side. So with this wall, originally I was going to paint some crazy pattern on it, but when all was said and done, since the ceilings, they're kind of low, I really wanted to keep it light and bright, so we just went with white. I rhymed. So to add some color, I made my own watercolors. I just bought some cheap canvas from Michael's and busted out some watercolors and smeared them all around, let them dry outside, and most of them I'm happy with how they turned out. I really like the colors. I was really going for like yellow, blue, gray, brown. Those are really the colors of this basement, so that's kind of what I did. And that blue swirly one, that one, is probably my favorite out of all of the pieces that I made. So I think I might try and like recreate some of them. Just paint white back over the canvas and then retry again. That's why I like just painting on canvas, because you can just paint over it and then you get a whole new canvas. The pillows I sewed. I found fabric that I really liked and I sewed them myself. Not the brown one, the yellow and the blue ones. The couch is kind of like an olivey green. My husband had it before we got married, so this is kind of like a bachelor couch, so it works perfectly for a basement. So to make it work, we went more with blues, yellows, because they go with the green. So that kind of is how we picked all of the colors. Then this ottoman we had upstairs, and we just keep, you know, books and other little tchotchkes in the basket. So this fireplace was a truly 80s yellow rocky fireplace, and I painted the entire thing. I love that it's white and it's textured and it's interesting. And we painted the mantle. The mantle was like this awkward, like it wasn't white, but it wasn't off-white. It was like a weird color. So we painted it gray, and it's the same gray we have really throughout the house. And I love the color, and I really like how it looks. I think what we eventually might do is paint kind of all of this so that the fireplace really stands out. But no projects for the rest of the year. I've made that my decision. Like massive projects, I should say, because you know what, after all this renovation, I just want to get our house back in order. And so I said 2017 is the year to get our house back in order. So no massive projects. And then we had a wall right here, kind of where you're looking. We had a wall there, and we added kind of like a mechanical room. So when we did that, we hung the TV on the wall, and it got rid of a piece of furniture, which was amazing. My whole goal for the basement was to make the space just open and let the kids just be able to run. So that's what I did. Boom, whole tour. So this table eventually will go upstairs once the playroom's not really a true playroom anymore. We can turn it into like desk type of area. But for now, it just kind of sits here, and the kids like to play on it and make forts and stuff. So this I can turn into a Murphy bed, and then we have hanging and drawers behind this for whenever my parents come and visit or we have guests. And we have a bathroom down here too, so it's kind of like the perfect little, you know, guest room, because large space with, you know, lots of open stuff. So right here used to be a closet type of thing, and we took out everything and turned it into a little feeder play area for the kids. We added a shelf, and then we added in this hook. It's like, you know, what you use for a closet, like a bar to hang it. And we just put it closer to the outside so it acts as a curtain. And I bought shower curtains because they're cheap and cut them in half, sewed them up, and now we have a little feeder the kids can play in. And all of their dress-up toys are over here in that bin, along with other kind of like play toys and stuff. And so we painted the stairs going up, and then I added kind of like a picture wall, a little gallery wall as you come down the stairs. These used to be on the wall coming down from our bedrooms, but because that wall kind of shrunk, I wanted to do something different there. So I moved them there, and I love it. And so that's our basement for the most part. I mean, we have a bathroom, which needs to be organized. All of this is like tool storage. So we bought these at IKEA, and I added these labels on them. And now Martha Stewart stopped making them, and I'm so sad because they're the only ones that stick. So I'm trying to figure out a different way to get some of the other ones to stick on there. But all of this needs to be sorted and gotten rid of with the paint and all of that. But so here's our bathroom, which I will be updating and organizing next month because this totally needs it. It's ridiculous. And our laundry room, which again, I mean, it's just a laundry room, but crazy, unorganized baker's rack. I need to figure out what to do with it. As you can tell, this was like such a dumping ground for our renovation because they had to add that little back nook thing. So this entire room was completely torn apart. Like all the walls were gone. So I need to put this room back together too. And finally, our fun mechanical room with more junk. It's crazy, crazy unorganized. My husband, like, we turned this into half office, half mechanical room. So next big project for this weekend will be these clothes. These are hand-me-downs. I also have over in this corner, I keep all of our holidays, and like each kid has their own bin with stuff in it, and I need to organize this whole room. So it's super crazy. It will be done this weekend. So follow along on Instagram. My handle is Organized Mamas, M-A-M-A-S. And you can see all the fun as I go through all of this craziness. Oh boy. All the kids' costumes are in that box, and then in the little bin are like the toys, dramatic play stuff, and the little pony to jump on. That's like the best toy ever. So when we decided to turn this into a little theater area, we knew we still needed to store toys. So up here we have a bunch of toys, some games, that kind of a thing, but nothing that the kids play with like frequently. They're more, they're like the little dart set, or we have some other like games with smaller pieces. Just things that like I want to know if the kids are playing with. And so that's what's all stored up there. So books and blankets are all stored in little bins. This bin actually is like super heavy duty. I found it at the Container Store, and this is the bin that I use to go through, like I carry this bin with me through the entire house when I swap out books for the kids. It is amazing. I love it, and because it's like so heavy duty. So most of the time what I do, I will pretty much dump out the majority of these books and then go upstairs to the kids' bedroom and work my way down, or I will start upstairs and work my way down. It's really whenever I think about it and just kind of making sure I hit all of our book locations to make sure that I swap out the books. I try to do it once a month. Realistically, it's about 1 to 2 months that I switch out the books. If there's a really annoying book that I'm so over, it does usually come downstairs or in another hiding spot I have in the house, just so I can get a break from it. But usually it's just a specific book that I just can't handle. And then in this kind of like nightstand, we made it double duty, and it stores all of the games. We keep all of the games, and in the top is cards, dice, smaller pieces type of thing. I love that it serves two purposes. So whenever we have guests, they have a nightstand to use, like the top of, but then the storage part, nobody ever used that when they came to stay, because we have the hanging and we have the drawers, and so you never needed to use this. So storing the games in here was like the best option for us. All of our sporting equipment that the kids like to play with in the basement is all in this big tall bin. Inside we have baseball bats and balls and cones and all of that fun stuff. I love it that it's out, because then the kids can just grab it and run and play with it, and it makes it super easy. So that's our basement and kind of how I structured and set it up. Really didn't want a lot of stuff in the basement, so I found creative ways to organize and store it. And you also got a little peek at my unorganized parts of the basement that will be organized soon. So my goal is the end of the year. So throughout the entire year, you'll see videos of me sharing how I got all of that organized. So I hope you enjoyed the tour, and I'll see you soon. Bye.